Hey folks, here OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look and a quick review of the AcePal wireless Bluetooth in-ear style headphones. These retail for roughly $30 on Amazon, which makes them reasonably affordable, and the design is in the shape of other headsets that we've seen in the past, but they look fairly premium for the price, and because more and more smartphones these days don't come with a standard 3.5mm jack, then perhaps picking up one of these isn't such a bad idea. They also dub as a traditional Bluetooth headset in those old devices that came with only a mic, so you can use it to answer phone calls, and once it's paired with an iPhone or an Android device, you can use it to talk without having to put your phone next to your ear. Otherwise, it offers, of course, stereo sound quality. It uses an IPX7 waterproof rating as well, so it's fairly nice for sports and activities that are outdoors and more rugged, and it also features the CVC 6.0 noise reduction technology. It's not active noise cancellation, but it does a decent job of kind of blocking out some background sound, although at the expense of adding a bit more distortion to the background of your music. It uses wireless Bluetooth version 4.1, and it takes roughly 2 hours to completely charge, and the playback is rated at around 8 hours, but we only got roughly 7 hours in our testing so far with this. So this is what it looks like when you first take it out of the packaging, and other contents include a carrying pouch as part of the value, and inside the pouch you have the micro USB cable for charging the earphones, pretty standard stuff, and there's also a spare silicone tip set if you want to get a more comfortable fit in case the ones included aren't super snug, and there's also some quick start guides and information located inside the packaging. So if we take these things off to the side and just take a look at the design of the earphones next, what these remind me of are the Borophone series of Bluetooth headsets that we also reviewed on this channel. Now those earphones were red, but in terms of their design, they were very similar. And the Borophones reminded me of Sony in-ear headphones that we've reviewed in the past, and this is no exception. The construction quality is definitely better than the price would suggest, and since it's made out of a one-piece chiseled aluminum that feels very solid and reassuring. The end caps themselves are also accented with metal, and the tips or the wings that hooks onto the outsides of your ears for additional support is also incredibly soft and malleable. So overall, these are very, very well constructed. However, they are on the heavier side of the spectrum. So if you're wearing these for extended periods of time, you'll definitely notice that they are located on your ears as opposed to being super unobtrusive. Now there's an ergonomic edge to the tips, which are angled on the sides, and that allows the ear tips to also rest comfortably on the sides and prevents, again, these earphones from falling out if you are shaking your head or running and jogging outdoors. Otherwise, if we take a closer look at the design, these end caps themselves aren't magnetic, so you can see that they won't stick to each other, but there is an inline remote control that is fairly well constructed out of a soft touch rubber material, and the control gives you access to a play pause key in the center that dubs as the answer or reject phone call key, and when you first turn it on, you can tap on this for a few seconds longer to start the pairing mode. On the side there is an LED indicator light, and on the sides of the light there is the volume controls, which are fairly tactile and responsive. The sides features a flap that covers up the micro USB port to make sure it's fully covered if you want to get it wet or submerge it underwater, and there's also a microphone on the other side. The inline remote is relatively close to your mouth when you're talking, although sometimes there's a little bit of distortion our callers on the other side detected when we made a few test phone calls. That's probably because we were moving around or the microphone hit our clothing. So regardless, it's not the most high quality mic in the world, and just be aware of that. It's not quite active noise cancelling, but it does the trick. When it comes to general audio performance, these get, again, pretty loud and they're clean sounding. Surprisingly, there's also a tint of bass, which is something we rarely find on small and compact in-ear style headphones, but they are present here, which means if you are listening to music that has a lot of drum beats, if you're listening to EDM music or pop music, it does come across pretty well and provides a nice kind of dynamic sound. However, with CVC 6.0 technology built in, one of the trends that we've noticed is it tends to have a bit more of a kind of static. If you turn the volume all the way up or all the way to the lowest setting, you can kind of listen super closely and hear that it's not the crystal clear sound that we have in more expensive headsets. And that seems to be a common thread whenever we see CVC 6.0. However, in general, it performs quite well, and since these aren't meant as sports headphones first and foremost, you're going to be exercising anyways, and it gets reasonably loud. loud, they're pretty rugged despite the clean look, and it does perform pretty well. It's not audiophile grade, but again, that's not the target or the intended use of these headsets. So all in all, I would say that these are actually pretty decent kind of sports-oriented headsets. The construction quality here really is the highlight. It's very well constructed, and it seems better than many other headsets in the same price category. In my opinion, they also look quite stylish and elegant. However, just be aware that the actual earphones themselves are a little bit on the heavier side of the spectrum. As far as battery is concerned, 7 hours of audio performance is also very good. Again, for a sports pair of headphones, that means you have to charge it less. And the inline remote control itself is tactile and responsive, although the microphone can be a little bit weak if you are in noisier environments. So that's been a review of the AcePal in-ear style wireless Bluetooth headphones. You can check out more details soon, but for now, this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS